Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Ultimate Legends High Definition Inosuke Hashibira figure from Bandai. I'll be honest, I have not seen the anime, I have not read the manga, however, I just totally dig this character's vibe, and the question is, does having this take the sting out of not being able to pick up either of the far more expensive imports? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks great, and honestly, I think they just absolutely nailed all the proportions for this character, and beyond that, like, everything just kind of, all the details that need to be there are there. And, obviously, we don't have, obviously, as you can kind of see right off the bat, we don't have a whole ton of paint going on. There's basically colored plastic for the legs and torso. For the kind of fur piece around the waist, it is just this brown plastic. There's no shading or anything like that. But for the face, we do get some nice details, some nice crisp paint for the nose and the teeth and the eyes. Just really kind of sells the character there, and we get a little bit more here around the mouth as well, and a little bit in the ears as well. So yeah, some very nice details there. Again, just very much sells the character, and I mean this looks pretty much exactly like the promo shots, which is rare. And yeah, I just think they killed it in that regard. Sculpt here is definitely beautiful. Little weird that they went with the that navy plastic here at the ankles, especially because obviously we're going from the black part of the boot, I guess, down to the bottom part of it. But a minor detail, I guess, especially when you have it posed up and stuff like that. It's not really going to show as much. But as we can see, we even sculpted the bottom of the shoes here, or the bottom of the boots, as it were. So yeah, very nice there. And just overall, some pretty good details, especially considering the price point. So that's aesthetics. Very straightforward when it comes to accessories here, but again, we are expecting that at this price point. So jumping right in, right out of the box, we get a couple of gripping hands. Then we get a spare set of fists, done very nicely. Then finally, we get a pair of his swords, done beautifully, honestly, especially here. As you can see, you get some really nice metallic silver and blue for the blades. The details are there for the notches here. Then we get the handle painted with this that kind of tan tone. Definitely looks wrapped. And we even get the silver here at the very bottom of the sword, which kind of, nice little detail. Didn't need to be there, but definitely drives home the quality here. So yeah, very well done. And that is accessories. Articulation here is definitely nice. However, as we can see, there are some limitations. Cannot hold a freestanding kick. I did get it for a second. However, during that recording, I did happen to kind of botch halfway through, and here we are. And so yeah, that is that. But getting into the finer points here, we are in a barbell joint here for the head. And not too much up, just because of how much sculpt we have going on in the back, and that is definitely very unforgiving. Then we can look down very nicely. Got some absolutely beautiful tilt and rotation, of course. Come to the arms, we do have some butterfly joints, which are actually thanks to a barbell joint coming into a separate piece here, and then another barbell joint here into the arm. And I actually popped this out. That was the botch in that last section. But as you can see, you can actually come forward very, very nicely. A little bit back, we get a little bit down and up as well. Oh, hey, and there's the arm joint. I'm not even going to re-record at this point. So yeah, there's that. So you can see that articulation right there. We're just going to go off the right arm, I guess. Then, pardon me, for the delt, as you can see, we can come around about that way. We do have bicep swivel. We have single jointed elbows, which bring us not quite to 90. That is owed to the sculpt here. As you can see, we do have hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal. Then we get a ball joint here at the diaphragm. We get a ball joint at the hips. So we get tons of movement here at the diaphragm joint. Not as much at the waist, but we do get some nice crunch forward. Get some beautiful arch back, and some side to side as well. This kind of fur belt piece is definitely going to be the hindering factor, so we're not quite getting into our splits. We could definitely do with some more range there. Still actually pretty respectable at that point, but it is a little bit of work to get it there. Then for our front kick, as you can see, we're not even reaching, not even 45 really. So there's that. Again, this is just very unforgiving, very thick piece of plastic. We do have thigh swivel, as you can see. We have single jointed knees, which bring us to just about 90. We get some rotation there as well. No, actually we don't. I'm sorry, I thought we did. Guess we don't. But we do get hyperextension as well. So that is a thing. Then we come down to the feet. And like I said, we have those joints that are the same navy that we get for the pants. And some absolutely insane point. Some very, very nice forward. And you can see it's kind of a hinge rocker going on. So we get both in and out rocker. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with a Bandai Kid Buu and Janemba. With some Hasbro and some Mattel. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Demon Slayer Ultimate Legends High Definition Inosuke figure from Bandai is that this is definitely a decent figure. There's some fun articulation, even though it's limited. The figure looks fantastic. So yeah, definitely if you're a fan of the series or this character in particular, like probably worth picking up. I just wish that this fur belt piece either moved or was made of a more pliable plastic, and that would allow for better, kind of better range. So, but beyond that, yeah, definitely good for the price. I mean, certainly compared to the Figma or the Aniplex. Though, certainly if I see either one of those on sale, I'll probably pick them up because I was kind of hoping for a little bit more out of this. Not a ton, just a little bit more. They're just more, there's slightly more frustration with this than I had hoped. So yeah, I recommend this under certain circumstances, but overall, a very good looking figure that I think doesn't quite strike the poses I wish it did. So I guess that's the bottom line. But if you are still interested in this figure, it is showing up on shelves. I actually found this on Target Peg in their collector section by the electronics. So it's showing up there. Also showing up on various online retailers, not limited to Entertainment Earth, of whom I happen to be an affiliate. So if this interests you and it's in stock, and you use the code that shows up right here or use the link that is in the description below, you'll get 10% off. And if your total order is over some arbitrary number, depending on what Entertainment Earth feels like from month to month, right now it is over $79, I believe, you'll get free shipping. So definitely worth taking into account. And all of that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, I hope to see you back because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So come on back, let's talk some more toys, let's escape the world for a while. But ultimately, I just hope you're well. I hope that all your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.